I'm going to show you everything you need to know in Farming Simulator 25 to prepare the fields to sow, grow, harvest and sell carrots. I am going to make an assumption at the start of this video that you know how to attach and use vehicles. I do have some other beginner videos, like my ultimate beginner guide, if you don't know how to do that. Let's just recap how to do it quickly now, just in case. You will need a tractor, as we have here, which you're going to reverse onto your machinery and connect up. If you're not sure about how to use the machinery, like lowering it and turning it on, your keybinds are in the top left. With every machine that I'm going to show you, what we are going to do is quite simply drive it onto the field, turn it on, like I am with this lime sprayer here, and there we go. This is how you sow your crops, this is how you harvest your crops, it's how you fertilize your crops, it's how you prepare the soil. We're just going to attach the tractor to a machine and then turn it on and drive it onto the field, okay? And that's what we're going to be doing with all the machines I'll be showing you. And these are very specific to doing carrots. So if we go to our shop here, what do we need to do and buy to do carrots? Well, first things first, if we scroll all the way down to miscellaneous, you can see here weights. You will need a weight to go on the front of your tractor. So as I just showed you, I attached the machine to the back of my tractor. Well, because of the actual weight of some of the machines we'll be using for carrots, you will need to add a weight onto the front of your tractor, and that is literally just to balance out the weight of it all. By the way, if this video is useful for you, please do click that subscribe button and check out my other Farming Simulator videos. I cover all the latest games that release. So you've got your tractor weight, you've got your tractor. Now we need to actually prepare the soil to plant our carrots. What I would ideally say is you use a subsoiler. You can use a plower. If we go up near the top here, we have soil cultivation and you have plows. This can plow the fields ready for your next harvest. You can use a plower. It would be better for carrots and any type of root vegetable really that you use a subsoiler. If you don't have a subsoiler or you don't want to buy one, you can use a plow though. That would also be appropriate. The next thing we can do is we can actually add another step in before we plant our carrots. And again, this one is optional. It's just going to increase the yield of our carrots. If we go down to vegetables and vegetable planters, you have these two on the right and these two on the left. But these actually do two different things. So the grimy ones, this tool is used to create ridges into which you can plant your vegetables afterwards. So after you've ploughed the field, you can basically use these, which are ridge formers. Again, it's not required, but it will increase the yield of your carrots if you do this before planting them. To then actually plant your carrots, we'll use this. This is a vegetable planter. And you can see down here, it can use seeds, and it can use carrots, parsnips, beets, and spinach. So you will need to buy seeds for this to plant your carrots. And where we can go is down to, where is it? Objects, big bags, and seeds. You can buy them here. And that'll be the seeds for your carrots. Now to use these, if you're not sure, if we go over to a seeder that I've already got, can you see here on this one, on the right-hand side above the speedometer, it says soybeans. And then if you look on the top left, it says select seeds. And I can cycle through. Can you see above the speedometer I'm cycling through? We can't use carrots on this one, but I'm just showing you what it would be like if you used a vegetable planter. And you cycle through the seeds, obviously on the vegetable planter, to do it. If you're not sure how to actually add the seeds to your vegetable planter, purchase the seeds at the shop. And again, I'm using an example of lime here, but it's the same concept. Park up your planter near the bags of seeds, like I am with my lime here. And up top left, you see it says refill fertilizer spreader. It's the same thing with refilling the seeds for your carrots, just rather than fertilizer. So just park up the planter near the seeds. You can then refill it like that. And then cycle through and choose carrots. We then, of course, drive the planter onto the soil, turn it on, lower it, and actually plant the carrots. After that, you can then look at, again, optional, fertilizing your carrots. With the fertilizer I just showed you, you can use lime and then a fertilizer, or just a fertilizer, or neither. What we're going to use for that one, and again, these will increase yield, you're going to want to go to yield improvements. If this is starting to sound overwhelming, I'm going to recap at the end the things we need, by the way, just to go through it all. Fertilizer spreaders under yield improvements. A breedle, which is literally what I just showed you, is lime. Okay, you can see the little white icon for lime. And then these ones you can use for fertilizers. You can use the breedle for fertilizer as well. I like to have a separate one for liming and one for fertilizing, but it's up to you. And how do you know when to fertilize? Well, I should have actually said this before. Ideally, you would probably lime it before you plant, but I don't think it matters. Fertilizers will need to be done as the plant is growing. If we go into our options and go to the map here, oh, and for soil composition, you can see here needs lime. Can you see I can switch it on, say which ones need liming? And then in growth, can you see growing? If I toggle on growing, you see down here the light green and dark green. Well, you can see the different stages on growing here. So dark green, it's nearly grown. Light green, it's only just been starting to grow. When it's ready to harvest it, it will see it's orange. So on that then, you want to fertilize at 2 different growth stages. And that's all there is to it. You can fertilize it at the very start and then fertilize it in the middle when it's nearly grown. As long as you fertilize twice, you will get the maximum yield. So we're going to use our fertilizers. Same way, you'll need to bag up the fertilizer from consumables and put it into the machine near the bags, like I just showed you again on the lime machine. So once all that is done, and again, liming, fertilizing is optional. And the other one that is optional is, I can't remember what it's called now, in the vegetable one. Because you might be like, oh, sod this, I'm just gonna do the basic. In vegetable planters, the ridges is optional. Planting them isn't optional, but ridges is. So ridges, fertilizer, and lime will increase yield, but it is optional. You may or may not also have weeds turn on. Most people, I think, have this turned off. It adds a lot of complexity to the game, but you'd need to do the same again with weeding if you do have it on. Then, once the carrots are actually grown, again, if we come down to root crops, vegetables, vegetable harvesters, you will need to buy one of these vegetable harvesters to pull the carrots out of the ground. So you will need a specialist harvester to actually, harvest them. Once you've done that, you can then transport them into a truck and then sell them with a trailer. So you could just do that with, a tractor to a trailer, etc., and take them to any points like this, the tip point here. You can see I've got a tractor already lined up at the silo. In fact, let's visit there. And you can see what you're going to do is at these tip points, when the carrots, you've transported them into the trailer from the harvesting, put them into that trailer, line up your trailer with can you see there's like a grating on the floor? Line it up like that, and a button will appear at the bottom of your screen. It will say, use this keybind to unload it, and your trailer will dump it into the silo. And that is how you then sell the carrots. Let's then recap. So, first up, we're needing a tractor. You can buy these in tractors, of course. And we're going to need some weights for the tractor. That is down in miscellaneous. Tractor weights go on the front of the tractor. Then we need to prepare the soil. For that, we are going to use, I get so lost in this menu, we are going to need either a plough or a subsoiler. It's up to you. A subsoiler would be preferred for carrots. And that is preparing the soil. To further prepare the soil, we will need to lime the soil. To do that, we're going to use the breedle here. Buy lime, like these bags, line it up with your machine, and you'll be able to actually pour it in with the keybind that it shows you on screen. Now that the fields have been limed and prepared, we can plant them. To plant them, we go to vegetables, vegetable planters. We can create ridges beforehand if we want to increase yield, or we could just go straight ahead and use our planter here. Again, just like with the lime, you'll need to buy seed bags and fill these up in your planter. and choose carrots by cycling through with the required keybind. Then you can fertilize them. Again, that would be done the same way with your Breedle or another fertilizer. Then wait for them to be ready to harvest. We use a vegetable harvester, as seen in here. Then transport them into a truck, and you can sell them in the places like I just showed you on the map. And there you go, guys. That is the complete process on doing carrots in Farming Simulator 25. If you are watching this and you don't know how to lime, and you want a really detailed tutorial of how to get into the tractor, how to take it over the field, how to connect it, how to fill it up, and all of that, I have got tutorials like that on my channel as well. This is more of the process on how to actually do the carrots, as it's quite an in-depth one. If you are looking for other tutorials, like I said, check out the playlist you now see on screen. Please don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video.